Do not ever feel inferior to the guys ahead of you, to the guys that have more muscle than you, to the guys that have been doing anything longer and therefore have gained more success in that area. When I was in sixth grade, I got bullied by one tall guy and also a pretty fat guy, which didn't have any skills. But still, even though he didn't have anything, he was kind of good at pulling me down and thinking that I was worse and that I was the problem. And when I got into that mind frame, everybody seemed kind of better than me. And you can imagine this little 10-year-old, 12-year-old little chubby guy going through school, not wanting to hold eye contact with anybody because he feels as though he is the problem, he is bad, he doesn't belong here. But after 4 years, I realized that I'm actually not the problem and not as bad as I think I am. Can you imagine a realization? You've lived 4 years thinking that you're the worst person that doesn't belong anywhere, that isn't up to the level of the other guys. And then suddenly you experience this realization, I'm actually worth something. And this happened when I lost my weight, when I wasn't as fat anymore. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the specific circumstances of when I realized that, but it was this moment where I looked at one other athlete and thought, okay, if he can do this in 3 years, of course I can get there too. This video is for the guy, for you, which is kind of in the stage where he feels that he isn't worth as much because the other guys have achieved way more than you. But let me ask you this. How much time have the people you are looking up to spent on this one endeavor? And how much time have you spent on this endeavor? You will see the one guy has put 7 years of work into his body in the gym, for example. You've only been there for 6 months. Of course, you don't have the huge biceps just as him. And of course, we could go into this, that the social media and all these evil things are developing our mind in a way that we think, okay, these are the body standards. But you will see if you go into the city, maybe 1 of 10 guys actually has a good body. The rest is too skinny or kind of obese. You see these fathers all of the time, which are these obese guys who wear the little button-ups, but their stomach actually falls out the front. You are not the problem. You are worth a lot. You have potential inside of you. If you have a bit of a fat stomach right now, right? Now look to the guys which have gotten the fat away from their bodies, which actually worked out for so long that they now have a decent body. You can do that too. And maybe you could do it even faster. And with more efficiency, with more discipline than the guy that took 2 years. But now we have this trained guy, which you look up to and kind of compare yourself to, which is just not fair to you. You see the difference in time between you two. He's used 7 years of his life. He's also older than you, right? And you could get there in 7 years as well. And if you have these beliefs right now, oh no, I couldn't do it because of this, you are hindering yourself right now. And I'm on your side. I want to see you succeed. I know the struggles that you have right now with being not respected in your friend group, being laughed about, being giggled about by girls in the other corner of the class, but you kind of overheard your name, so you're feeling very hurt. I can relate to this. I want you to know that you have a lot of potential. And it would be a disgrace for you to give it up right now. For you to not put in the work because the others have achieved so much more and oh, it's not worth competing with them. He is 5 years older than you. Do you know what you can achieve in 5 years? It's a lot. You know, a year feels like eternity for you right now. But over the years, you can't really seem to get something changed. So this is where I want to preach self-improvement to you. over the time, like over the past week, I've kind of noticed that there's these people which go really hard into self-improvement, but these are the guys who really need it. If you're somewhat a natural human being which doesn't have all of these addictions and all of these struggles, then you don't really need self-improvement anymore because you've gotten into a nice social state. Of course, you should strive to become better, but it's not that you have to go on this grind for all of the time. You can actually experience life and enjoy yourself a bit to a point where it doesn't hurt you. Because we have one life, right? Or we know about one life. And if we underlived this life, we would probably have some regrets. It's like the girl comes to us and wants to have a relationship, but we say, no, no, I'm actually busy. I'm trying to improve myself and I want to grind all of the time. And actually, I'm gonna take the backbone on my life and my life experience because I just want to go to the gym 24/7. Do you know, like, this is quite extreme, right? But you can see that you can get up to a level over 5 years, which is our goal right now, that you actually feel like a well respected person again and you are healthy. You're not like the 90%. It takes 5 years. And it seems like quite a long time, but in a long time, a lot can change. And imagine the man you can become. Imagine a body you could have, your dream body. You've wanted to have a six pack, right? You can get that in 5 years. I'm gonna be honest. Also started as the chubby guy you see on some of my thumbnails on my channel. And then 4 years, poof, my abs were visible for the first time in my life. And can you imagine how proud I had for myself? You can have that too. And if you have limiting beliefs about yourself, as I said, you're playing against yourself. So I would, if I had these beliefs right now, I would write them down. 100% honest to myself. If you think, oh no, I couldn't do it because I actually don't have the money, that's a limiting belief, for example, then what would be the solution to this struggle? Because most of the time, these are just excuses. And I want to give you a wake up call. Because I know for me, it has been quite hard getting away from these excuses. Because I said, yeah, no, oh, I can't do this. Then the guy said to me, yeah, but you could change that by doing the. No, no, no. I did not want to hear those. But for a change, you won't change right now. If you're looking this far into the video, then write this down. Write the solutions down. And see kind of the person you are. Because if you still think, oh no, I couldn't get the solutions to this problem, then you're kind of weak in your mind. And we want to change that as well. To think strongly about yourself. To not just be the person which goes into a room, feels like he doesn't belong there, but actually has some strength in his when his foot goes down to the ground. What I would do if I were you, if I was thrown back 5 years in my time, what I wish I would have done is actually see my potential and not feel as though I don't belong anywhere, as though I am inferior to the other people around me which have achieved seemingly more because they are better at the video game, because they are athletes and play football right now, because they have more friends, because they've already gotten a girlfriend. These can't be compared to you. You've used your time on other things, but if you want to get to the things they also have been doing for 5 years, then you have to do this for 5 years as well. There's no skip button. So please respect yourself enough to actually see the person you are. But be real enough with yourself to see the problems you have, the excuses you would give yourself, and just debunk them, like you're in an argument with yourself. And just then you can really start to grow. As I said, this is for the person I was 5 years ago. And I wish somebody would have told me that as his big brother. So please go on, stay safe, and see you soon.